Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the sixth day of the FIDE Prix Belgrade. This is Sagar Shah welcoming you to this very interesting last day of the preliminaries today. And we have Vidit Gujrathi playing against Vladimir Fedoseev, and we have Harikrishna taking on Amin Tabatabaei. But it seems like there's going to be something interesting, but because Rapport has already drawn his game against Alexei Shirov, it means that Rapport has qualified from Group C, and Anish Giri, on the other hand, will draw this position for sure. So that would mean he would qualify from Group B. But still, I think there is quite some action that is going on in the game of Vidit and Harikrishna both. So we will look at those games and we'll try to see if they both can win today. I believe Vidit had a golden opportunity just a few minutes ago. Today we had a stream with Garry Kasparov on Samay's channel, and it was very nice. So that's the reason why we got a bit late. Sorry about that. And joining me is the one and only Amruta Mokal. Hello Amruta, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Amruta. I just had a very
Don't
good...
worry, the wires are all here at my legs, tangled. Okay, but Sagar, I'm looking at the pawn on a3 and already seems like black should be slightly better, or oh, it's equal.
Yeah, so Amruta, in this position, when we were here, Vidit had got an advantage just two moves ago, because his opponent had made certain mistakes. Actually, the position was around equal here. Okay, this is round about equal. Maybe Vidit has some pressure, but b3, and then I think b3 was already the start of something going wrong.
Okay.
a4, opening up the rook here.
Yeah, looks great.
King b2, clearly a mistake. He thought...
Why?
Now he could have even played a3 here, but rook c8 is a good move, cutting the king off. Rook c1, and now came a check. So he had to go back.
Correct.
And now a very good move, knight d5. So he is actually looking to get into c3 or b4.
Oh, knight b4 with that of knight c2 looks way stronger than knight c3. Okay, so what went wrong then?
So knight f5 was a big mistake, but it was not so easy to find the winning move here. Can you find it? Black to play. Guys, can you find it? Yes, today
okay, so there is knight e7 check idea if I play knight b4.
Guys, both Harikrishna and Vidit cannot qualify because in their respective pools, Anish Giri is going to draw now. And also,
but for Vidit, it's still going on, no? If he wins this,
no, but Rapport drew already. So if Rapport had lost and Vidit would have won, then they would have tied. But because Rapport has won, he already had a 1 point, has drawn. He already had 1 point lead, so now it is 1.5. And even if Vidit wins this, he will be half a point behind. So the move here is absolutely right, as many people have said. Amruta, many people want to go knight b4.
No, that's a blunder. Knight e7 check and you lose.
Yeah.
So that's why, because of this, you will reach the calculation rook takes c1, bishop takes c1, and then you will go knight b4. But again, there is knight d4 anyway. You can. And
also knight e3.
Yeah. So another last. That's why you try calculating knight takes e3. You take the bishop. So knight e7 check. King f8,
yeah, and
knight c8, and here knight c2 check,
and I'll
c2,
take
bishop c2,
and mate.
Oh,
very different kind of a mate. Yeah, this one.
Oh god.
If the knight was here, you would have seen it, but from c8 it's slightly difficult. So,
Okay, so what's the move
the
then?
move here is the very surprising move, rook d8.
Man, that is impossible.
No, I mean, yeah, it could be very tough.
Because imagine, okay, I understand that threat of knight e7 is defended with it, but rook d8.
But Amruta, the point is after rook d8, okay, let's say you take, I take. Now I have threats like bishop takes f5. So you need to protect your knight. Say you go g4, okay, trying to defend your knight. Now I can take, you will take, I will take on e3, pawn takes.
Yeah,
And
this rook endgame is clearly better because of the pawn on because of the king on a1 kind of trap. So
absolutely.
you have to go king b1.
But then
that
I
is rook d2.
rook d2 or rook d3, I'm putting pressure here and you are almost lost.
Okay, but going back to this move here, rook d8, he has to play rook d8, kya?
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do?
Otherwise bishop f5 is a... I mean, rook d8 is impossible, yeah? My intelligence is real. Only artificial intelligence can find it.
No, but Amrita, the thing is that because the threat is like rook d5,
Sagar,
bishop
I
d5,
cracked a
knight.
good joke. You have to laugh.
Huh.
What happened? Is it summer effect that you're not laughing?
What did you say? Your
I said my
intelligence is real.
intelligence is real.
Huh.
Only artificial intelligence can find it.
Oh. But it's true only, no? Like you did, there was no joke in this.
There is a joke. How can you not get the joke?
Because engines can find it, you cannot find it. That's what you want to say, right?
Yeah, but real intelligence. Oh God, this is a joke. Look, people are smiling. It's a joke. I think you're tired and I have wasted such an amazing joke
Sorry,
on
Amrita.
you.
Sorry, yeah, chat is laughing. But thank you, chat.
I mean, it's like you give a red rose to a girl and he says, no, not, no, it's wasted.
No. Chat laughed on behalf of me. So,
Not on behalf of you. Okay.
okay,
So,
Vidit went rook e8.
hmm,
And now bishop d2 was played by Fedoseev. Actually, there was another move, Amruta. Knight takes g7. And the point of this is that after you take here,
oh,
to give this check, king here, and then go f3.
crazy.
And if the bishop has to move away, then rook d5 is hanging.
So, bishop h6 check was important. That's when I did. Oh my God. These are very tough variations to calculate. For sure.
So, instead of knight g7, he went bishop d2. His point is that if you take on f5, I'll take on d5 still. With it anyway took, rook takes, and he played his bishop to e4, attacking the rook and g2 pawn. So he took on b5, and now with it took on g2. And after h4, it feels like the game might end in equality, Amruta, because it's an opposite colored bishop endgame.
So tell me, if black gets the rook on 7th rank, still the white king still doesn't look very safe somehow. But I can't really attack the a2 pawn.
Yeah.
That's the big problem because b3 defends the a2 even if I get my bishop on that diagonal.
Yes.
And if I try to bring the other rook, then a3 will be lost.
Yes, this is a weakness. So one rook is stuck defending this, and the other rook can enter but alone can't do much. So yeah, maybe the players might agree to a draw
No, I
soon.
don't think Vidit will agree because if anybody has a chance, who is it? Vidit, right?
I don't know. I think it's equal. Kyuki,
Because look at the pawns, na? h4 is weak. Suppose black somehow is able to get the h pawn, then he has another parcel. But somehow is not possible. For sure.
yeah, true. I mean, this he cannot create. Let's go to Harikrishna's game.
Yeah.
Harikrishna playing against Amin Tabatabaei, and Harikrishna seems to be in trouble here because if you count bishop for a bishop, rook for a rook, he is an exchange down here.
What about the pawns?
But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns, and
बहुत
opponent has
सारे हैं.
4 pawns, so he has a knight and
So
2 pawns.
materially, actually, it's equal. So it depends on the activity of the.
But 1 pawn is falling, Amruta. Here, rook b4 and bishop b4, so he would have 1 pawn only. So, I just want to check where Harikrishna went wrong, Amruta. It was open Rui Lopez that was played, and I guess this is maybe some kind of preparation by Hari. Giving up an exchange. Because if you look at the time, Hari had 1 hour 32 minutes, 33 minutes. Bishop d5, c6, bishop e4. Surely this is preparation. Knight c4, bishop c1, rook d8. Now you could exchange the rooks, but also he went rook e1, c5, g3, knight b6, king g2, rook d7. So clearly white has compensation here. Bishop f5, rook d8, bishop e4, rook d7, and Amin was okay with a draw, but Hari said, okay, I'll play on. Bishop f5, rook d8, bishop e4, now knight d5. Maybe Amin also wanted to fight, not sure. But somewhere here, Amruta, I think Harikrishna started losing the thread. Bishop d2, b3, and b4. He took here. Perhaps he could have taken on c4.
Then knight takes c3.
Yeah, knight takes c3. And bishop c3. B takes c3, rook c1.
Bishop b4.
Bishop b4 and bishop d5. Okay, it also looks slightly better for black. But what Hari did in the game...
The bishop is at least a little bit stronger on d5 somehow.
He took rook takes, pawn takes b4. Now at least I think he could have taken here, Amruta, rook c5 and cb4. After rook c4, a3. Could have done this. But then still black pushes on because he has 1 pawn and a knight only. White has only 1 pawn and a knight for a rook.
Yeah.
But he took on b4, and now after rook d8, rook c8, this is where we are at. And I think Hari has misplayed that opening. I mean, he has not blundered an exchange.
b4 was a very strong move by black.
And
yeah, it's hard to, like, the maximum you'll try to defend, but it's very difficult to defend this position. Also because e5 is constantly weak. At some point there is going to be h6, g5, and the knight. You can't go f4. You can't even get the chain there.
Yeah.
So
so Amruta, I have a feeling that Hari might be in trouble here, but also good chances. Generally what happens is that against these top players, like even if you see Vidit today, he had a small chance to win and he could not, and then it's now equal. Same way.
Maybe we can just have a look at the position if there is anything new happening.
Vidit went h6. And Fedoseev has 25 minutes. Vidit has 2 minutes 30 seconds.
How many moves? Oh,
and 8 more moves to make.
Okay.
I think overall Vidit has managed his time better than usual, but he still has usually in all the games been lower on time than his opponent. Almost all. Shashank says, do you both think that the past 2 months, Vaikanze, Grand Prix 1, Grand Prix 2 has shown Vidit the difference between 2720 and 2750? He had some good wins in all tournaments, but it couldn't keep his run going to make them count. Yeah, possible. In fact, I think for Vidit, it has been one of the things that he has definitely faced in all the events is the fact that he's been unable to convert better positions. You know, if I remember from Grand Prix, let's say like against Pragnananda, he had a very nice position and then he lost that game. Also in some even in here, like yesterday against Fedoseev, he had good. Against Rapport, he had good chances actually thrown. So it's something which is very difficult to work upon, because I'm sure that he understands this point that he has to convert better positions. But how do you work on it is a question. And with my limited understanding, sometimes I think maybe you take some slightly better positions and you play against engines, or you play against strong players. You keep on practicing playing such positions many, many times.
Yeah, because I think engines would be important at that level. It's not easy to find such strong players for playing practice.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, Amruta, can you come inside the frame?
मेरा जोक सुन के तुमने मुझे ढकेल दिया.
नहीं नहीं. But that's the thing, yeah. Like some thought, of course, would be given by him after he comes back, and we will also ask him about his, because I think since he finished Vaikanze, we haven't been able to interview him or anything of that sort. So we will also know more when he returns. But okay, Rook G1, Rook E2, Bishop E3 has been played. And Amruta, if the bishop moves away, then we have to consider bishop takes h6.
Oh. But no, you don't need to move the bishop because there is a mate.
Yes. So if you right
But
now
next threat is also in king b1. I don't think it is a threat because there is bishop b4 check. But anyway, you can improve with king h7.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
King h7, your idea is g6, right? Eventually, or just because if you play directly g6,
You
then
are
this is
losing.
hanging. But you
Is
can
it
play
hanging?
g6,
Yeah.
bishop h6, rook f2.
Correct.
So
Oh, it's actually it's still a little complicated in opposite colored bishop.
yeah. Shaibi says, whom will AG play in the semi-finals? Oh, Anish Giri Amruta has drawn his game, which is big news, because Anish Giri has now qualified to the semi-finals from
Right.
Group B. He will play the winner of Group A, Pool A. And in Pool A, I think Sam Shankland and Andrejkin were leading. So Sam has drawn his game, while Andrejkin is better in his game against Etienne Bakro. So it could be that Anish might face Andrejkin in the semi-finals, while in Group C, Richard Rapport will play the one who finishes at the top here. And I think MVL is the one, or Shakriyar. I mean, I have to check who is the one in the lead. But what a complex positions. They're going for an all-out fight here.
Mir Hasapne says, following up, do you think playing in the leagues in Europe will be beneficial? I know that Bundesliga has classical chess and also decent number of top players.
Yes, I mean, for sure. And I think Vidit has
Yeah.
played before in Bundesliga. He has also played in several leagues. It all depends on the priorities right now for him. So, for example, if he wants to play in the leagues, he might do that. If he wants to play in open tournaments, he might even consider that, which generally these top players do not do because it's very risky. At the same time, you don't want to play open events. So, the leagues are the most natural things. But also this year, the calendar is going to be quite different for everyone, considering the COVID and all of that situation. So we don't know what tournaments. But yeah, leagues are the generally the best place for 2,700 players to play and improve their rating, because Amruta, they can play couple of games on a weekend, and then they can go to
No,
another
definitely.
league.
And they have time also to prepare for that,
Yeah.
especially. So
Also they get paid per game also there, so it's different, the entire concept.
here rook c5 was played for king h7, Sagar, and he played bishop h3.
Yeah, he wants to put his bishop on e6.
But bishop on e6, will it help in any way?
Just cementing the position, maybe g6 and h5. I think this rook that has been inside the position is a good place to keep the rook. Vinayak Vaidya says, Sagar, in my opinion, if Olympiad takes place here, Delhi will be the optimal location in all aspects. It has Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium to enclose large amounts of players. Your thoughts? Love you all. Thank you, Vinayak Vaidya, for your super chat. True, but it's not only about the venue, it is also about the money that has to be put in. And I think that has to be checked, which state government would want to put in, or whether will it be the central government who would do that, whether it would be private players who would come in and want to do that. These are all open questions, but I think we are closing in on the last date of the bidding, so maybe within a week within a few days we should get to know.
People have wishes. It should be in Mumbai, says Vanshja. In Bhagyashree says Bangalore. Target says
everyone. But guys, jahan pe bhi hoga, please do plan. I will try my best.
Matlab, it's not going to be very easy.
In
COVID, so
we don't know, but we'll maybe see if there is an option. We will definitely try to plan something.
By the way, there is a
new member Kishore Hazarika ji, thank you for becoming pillar of Indian chess. And Kishore ji, if you could send us a mail at chessbaseindia@gmail.com, that would be very kind. I wanted to write to you regarding the last contribution which we had made, but unfortunately we do not have your email ID. So if you could please send us an email, that would be very nice. Gujarat is also a possibility, Amruta. That is true.
Yes.
And by the way, Nashik is going to host the National Rapid and Blitz, right?
World Rapid.
No, not World Rapid and Blitz. Still some time away. But
Nashik has Kumbh Mela, so they can definitely hold any big event, I'm sure.
Yes.
Future.
No, but the National Rapid and Blitz is in Nashik in April.
Yes.
So I'm sure people from all across India would come there. And guys, if any of you are looking for getting your rating or playing in good tournaments, then you can think about playing in Guwahati Open, which is in Assam, from 13th to 21st of March, in Delhi from 23rd to 29th March, and in Gujarat from 31st of March to 6th April. These are the 3 events that are happening in Ahmedabad, is the last one, Delhi and Guwahati. And you all can think about participating. H5 has been played by Fedoseev, trying to clamp down this position. Ron Weasley says, do you think sometimes Vidit takes too much time, thus falling into time pressure just before time control, like in this game too? That is possible, that is true. Once I was discussing with Vidit on this subject of time pressure. It was way back in 2012, if I'm not mistaken, when I was also playing very actively. And he had read a book by Dvoretsky or Yusupov, either of them. And he was saying that, or was it me saying to him, or we had this conversation, and it was like, coming under time pressure is often a sign of bad chess culture. And the deeper point is that many times if you come under time pressure regularly, there's something that is going wrong in your thinking process. Like you are either recounting the variations again, you are trying to and okay, it can happen.
And there are some phases when it happens even for the people who don't come under time pressure. Like you are not a person who comes under time pressure, but there have been some tournaments.
Yeah, sometimes it's fine.
But this sentence is absolutely right that my sir used to say, I think, whose quote is it? But time pressure is a crime. Coming under time pressure is a crime. And it's really a disease.
Yes. And right now Vidit has played rook c8. So what Vidit is trying to do is trying to exchange one pair of rooks, and so that then only one rook will remain on the board. Then that rook cannot be activated because there will be mate. But my question is, if I take and play bishop c5, attacking here, this can lead to something very exciting, Amruta,
Yeah,
because
because you win f2, so it will be a race, no?
yeah, I can start with bishop g4. You
Ah,
can't
I can
take.
never
There's
take.
a mate. So you take here. I
Rook
take on
f2.
h5. I mean, rook
Acha.
f2, then my
Okay.
bishop was hanging. So bishop h5. And now this position is like, I have 3 pawns here, you have 2 pawns here. So it's not a trivial draw or anything.
But my rook on 7th rank, which is an advantage. So this is something black should play, and he can actually win this. I mean,
He played rook
the
c8.
possibility is there. It's not like a dead end.
I think for Fedoseev to exchange rooks might be not a great idea. He can keep the rooks with rook a5. Vinayak Vaidya says, I was under the impression that sponsors are already decided. That's why we put the bid to host. So sponsors would be searched after confirmation. Generally, sponsorship can come in two respects. I think one is the venue, and the other one is the actual financial sponsorship, because you need to get so many things arranged, you need to pay so many people who will work for the tournament and so on. So I'm sure there will be multiple sponsors there, but I think for such an event you need the government support, and I think whichever state government decides to support this initiative, the tournament should be held in that state. That is what is my understanding, but I could be completely wrong. As I said to you, my only information right now is the public tweet that was made by Bharat Singh on him meeting the chief minister of Tamil Nadu, Stalin, and I thought that could be the meeting where they were discussing. This is my only thing. Maybe they went to meet for some other reason, but most likely it could be the Olympiad.
Anju Verma says, Sir, I'm playing chess for a long time but not able to cross 1000. I'm 15 years old. May you please advise some openings and other suggestions?
Yeah, Anju, it would be very nice if you can see where you are going wrong, because generally when you are not able to cross 1000, it's not only because of openings. Your opening might be, oh, by the way, nice move by Vidit.
Yeah.
He saw that idea that if you take here, there is a mate. So now if you take on a3, he will take on h5. But also good decision by Fedoseev to keep the rook on the board, not exchanging it off.
Correct, because at least one rook for him can also go to the 7th rank and better chances to put pressure here.
Yeah. By the way, guys, one very interesting tournament is currently happening in Mumbai, and that is where I will be going tomorrow. It is the PSPB, Inter PSPB tournament. All the top players of India are currently in Mumbai, quite close to my home. So there is Surya Ganguly, Humpy, Shashi Kiran, Abhijit Gupta, and it is going to be, they are playing, they represent all these different oil companies, Indian Oil, ONGC, BPCL. So they are playing against each other. Mihir Hasabni says, Sagar, any plans for you to travel to chess tournaments like the candidates in the near future? Love the behind the scenes content you posted for World Championship. Yeah, candidates is one tournament that we could think about. Especially we were hoping that maybe one of the Indians could qualify for it, but right now it seems now not possible. It's in June. We'll think. Amrita's already feeling worried about the travel.
No, not about the travel or anything.
But I think if the Olympiad is happening, we would prepare for that. And secondly, we would also think about the Asian Games if that is possible.
Mad Max is saying, please say wow one time.
Like that my stream yesterday. Yeah.
That's what is.
Wow.
Wow meme. Is it a meme?
Meme, yeah, maybe.
Is it a meme?
Maybe, I mean, it could be used as somewhere, not very popular perhaps, but
I don't know. Okay, so after bishop g4,
Yeah.
what we saw was rook a3, bishop g4, bishop h5, sorry. Here, what would be your move? Naturally, rook a7, I would suggest.
Yeah, g5 maybe.
This is defended. You'll already start, or you want to go you want to go bishop g6 and h5, so you go g5. But Sagar, if you go g5, what I would be worried is it will be very difficult to push h5. So is your plan bishop f3, g4, h5, h4?
Yeah, possible. I mean, I'm just trying to gain more space. I could also go king g6 and maybe look for f5. So, like king g6, rook c6, f5.
And if f4, yeah, sorry, that would be a super blunder. So if he starts with a4, Fatak say just quick pawn pushes.
No, but then you are risking this with rook c2. And somehow,
you need to defend.
yeah, you can't push your pawn.
So I'll have to start with b4, not a4.
Yeah, b4, maybe rook b8.
Yeah, and
Bishop c5, bishop g6. I think black has slight upper hand, Amruta, in such races, because I mean
yeah, especially the rook on e2 again and again and
oh
again.
yeah, because of this rook he
And
can
in opposite colored bishop, still maybe our bishop is slightly better in comparison.
some hope. Let's go to Harikrishna versus Tabatabaei game.
Siddharth Ranadive, pillar of Indian chess, is member for 16 months and says, "Hello Sagar and Amrita, how are you both doing?"
We are doing very well, Siddharth. Just working on many different things right now.
Battery is gone. RIP battery. RIP battery, camera gone. You can talk. Can you multitask?
Yeah, there are many interesting things that are happening, and one of the things that I will announce tomorrow, but I'll just give you a small information, is that we are going to have something special that we are trying to build up. So I'd spoken about the ChessBase India Academy, which is coming up, which is an online thing. India's Got Chess Talent, on which I'm working right now. There's also one more thing nearby. We are going to have on the Women's Day. Tomorrow is the Women's Day, right? But on 10th, which is 2 days later, we are going to have a special event where Amruta is going to take on 20 players in an over-the-board simul, like in real life simul, not on online.
Video game mein nahi.
Yeah, it's a real life simul that she will play, and we will hope that more girls will come to play.
It will be at Phoenix.
It will be at Phoenix Market City. So we met
In
a few of the people there, and they are very keen on building up a chess culture over there. So I have many different ideas and thoughts, because it's one of my favorite malls in Mumbai. In fact, we love to go there, and they said that they are very keen to give some space for building up something related to chess. And so at least we want to start off with this on 10th of this month. So if any of you guys are in Mumbai, can come and play against Amruta in the simul. 20 people will get to play. 5 spots we'll reserve for girls, 15 for guys, and
15 guys. We don't need to reserve anything.
I mean 5 at least for girls. In general, if
you are assuming that girls come on,
if girls will come more, then of course that would be great. But that's the plan. I will also be around, trying to take pictures, shoot videos,
girls please
meet
people. Okay, what if 20 girls come?
Yeah, then that would be great. Then all the guys can. I will talk with them, and girls can play. Time will be will start at 5 p.m. So we'll be there by 4.
Shivshom says PMC Kurla is one of the best. I remember I have played few tournaments there. Usi bahane shopping. Mayur says, I'm still here. What is the venue again? It is Kurla.
Phoenix Market City.
Market City at Kurla.
Oh, and if Mayur comes, Amruta, it will be strong opponent for you. Oh, by the way, look at this.
Super strong.
Vidit has got a great position now. Bishop g4, rook a3, bishop takes h5, rook a5, played pretty quickly by Fedoseev, and g5. And Vidit now, I mean, the engines prefer Vidit's position.
Of course, practically as we discussed, yeah, there is this, his bishop is better than white's bishop. His rook is better placed on e2 then, and the king is also weaker for white. So for sure, this is amazing. Amazing example of an opposite colored bishop.
Yeah. Siddharth
Vignesh,
says...
please drop the link of chess results.
What?
He said I played a chess state tournament. I got first prize and selected for national under 12. So if you drop a link,
he can't put the link.
Why?
He's not a mod.
No, but he can put the link on as a chat.
No. Only mods can put links.
Really, I was not aware.
But Siddharth says I'll be late by a week. We'll be in Mumbai next week. So this is another thing which we want to do.
Yeah, we
there.
will have it kind of a regular thing. We'll try to do something regular. Let's see how it goes.
How many people in Mumbai would like to come there in the Phoenix Market City? If we have like once a week.
Hey, try to go for a poll, na.
But not everyone is from Mumbai.
Correct. Yeah? So that's only the Mumbai people will answer. But you no. But you can trust. Guys, if you are 100% honest, and then you can say ki only the people from
So the idea is that we want to maybe have over the board games, that it's like a club, ChessBase India club, that we want to build up there, and then people can come, play, enjoy, meet.
Yeah,
learn.
It will be around 4 p.m. guys on 10th.
On 10th, yeah, 4 p.m.
You can look at the Instagram also. We'll drop the updates tomorrow, maybe. Shivsam, no, you cannot participate. You cannot at all participate there to beat me.
By the way, Vidit, on the 40th move, when he had very little time on the clock, has played a move f5, which might not be the best move. Because here he could have gone rook c c2, but the moment he goes f5, now one of the points is that, is this pawn, why can't this pawn be taken? You know, this pawn looks free. Maybe rook a8 is with its idea to put pressure here like this, but then rook a5 is still possible. And I'm sure that with it
bishop f7
considered something here like this, and this should be a draw.
Still not a clear draw, because I'll consider king g6 with the idea of h5, h4, h3, h2, h1.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can still try, but
yeah, this is a little bit difficult with one pawn less.
So rook a5, I think Vidit might. So the main thing is why to go f5. That is a big question. Maybe Vidit could have gone rook c c2. And then b5. Maybe bishop f3, b6, king g6, rook a7 threatening b7, but then bishop d5 putting pressure here. I think, Amruta, overall, it was not so simple to decide like how to play, but it seems like this was the way in which you should put pressure in the position. Like, put your rooks on the 7th, keep these 3 pawns, improve your king, put your bishop here on this diagonal, and play like that. But the moment he's played f5, and it's this fateful 40th move, yeah, when there is little time on the clock.
Seconds, yeah. It does sometimes cost a lot, right?
Yeah.
This time pressure. By the way, we have a huge super chat by Gautam Bala. He says, kudos to your work, ChessBase India. Happy to see many people playing chess after lockdown in this digital generation. It will be nice if ChessBase India organizes few online tournaments for the subscribers.
Yeah. I think we will plan something
be
on that front, some online event, and also my only worry always trying to organize something online is to have the appropriate anti-cheating measures. But there have always been talks about online events that we wanted to hold some or the other, and I think we will definitely uh, plan something.
Shivam is saying last time also Vidit lost advantage on 40th move, but Fedoseev blundered on the next move. Can he do it this time?
Yeah, that
Fedoseev
was
blundered.
yeah, he blundered on 42nd move. Correct. King E8 that last time. Remember
Ah,
that game?
that one. Okay, got it. Shivsom says there was a club hosted by someone. Yeah, it was a habitat. Yes.
Yeah,
You
Habitat
should
by
visit it.
Balraj. Of course, very nice, and I would greatly recommend each one of you to go there. It's in Bandra, right? It's in Bandra,
Yeah.
and if you can, if you are in there, please go. He has put out his space once every week, I think Thursday or Tuesday, one of those days. And
So F5 पे अभी तक मारा नहीं है ना रुक F5 what if even if he doesn't take and if he goes something like rook a7 check king g6 rook a6 check isn't it a perpetual? No. Yeah, I mean if I just keep giving checks.
yeah, for sure, like I can go
No, rook
here.
h6 or is it oh I can't go rook h6
Why not?
rook a8 ठीक है
Yeah, but
sorry
rook a
that's just a
take,
perpetual.
yeah. Here, maybe you
Bishop
take here.
g5 now rook a
C2.
rook c2. But I think then it's perpetual, no? After f5.
Yeah, or bishop
That's
c1, and then putting pressure here. So yeah, I mean there are many ways for white to hold here. The most natural is to just take on f5, rook a8, and go back. I think that he will find Fedoseev.
yeah.
Khar, okay, sorry, not Mandra. Habitat is in Khar.
Oh.
About three wise monkeys, Asim Khan
Oh.
says. Uh-huh. So we also got someone who wrote that they are doing something in Bangalore and they are
Yeah,
meeting
yeah, yeah.
regularly.
Yeah.
And I also got an article today from someone in Bangalore who they are, organizing regular meetups.
wow.
So I'm seeing that people are putting in their efforts to, use chess
To meet.
to meet, to play, to socialize, to learn, to build a community. And I think what we did online is now happening also offline.
Yes, it is converting.
And I have seen that chess is such a powerful tool. Even right now, if you see Anvesh, who was stuck in Ukraine, because he's a chess player, he did get some help from the chess community, like from Ukraine. Prohorov, who was the chief arbiter of Chess Super League, he messaged him and made some arrangements for him so that he could go from Kiev to Lviv. And even in times of such dire need, chess community can help each other. So I'm very glad if people can meet, and bond over a game of chess. That would be awesome. By the way, we thought about it that in the simul with Amruta, what will happen is that we'll have ChessBase India chess sets over there, there will be 20 chess sets, everyone will play. And those who manage to beat Amruta will get that chess set as a gift for beating her.
Sagar is full to keen and full to plan to motivate how people can beat me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
And
I
that's
would
why telling me, don't practice, do your work. Kuch practice.
20 playing 20 people is not going to be easy, especially knowing. And but Amruta, what will happen is if there are some strong players, we'll put them rating wise. So what will happen is that you will know that these are all slightly weaker at the start, then these are all stronger. So you can keep a
Accordingly.
strategy.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, but that assuming that 20 people come that day,
Yeah,
yes.
but I would really be happy if there are as many girls as possible. That would be a great thing. Sandeep says in Japan there is a chess tournament at a beautiful place called Gion in Kyoto, Japan. Maybe Mayur can play is from Japan. That would be nice. Mayur Acharya says hello from Toronto. Super fan and follower. Love the content and creativity.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mayur.
thank you, Mayur. Shivshom says that if you come here, we would love to host you. So we have an invitation in Khar, I guess.
Oh, Khar. Okay, nice. Shiv.
Asim says Amrita ma'am should give treat to all participants at Ghatkopar Khao Bale. Asim, you should say that please come to my house and I will give you treat. But Asim is the one that who made that Instagram video. So Asim, if you can come to Phoenix, we can.
He's in
make
Dubai,
another.
no?
No, he came back. He was there for the expo and all.
Acha, he
Ah.
doesn't live in Dubai.
No, he lives here.
In Mumbai?
Yeah.
Oh, then ask him, please come on 10th. Would be wonderful to. I thought he lives in Dubai.
जिनान शाह says, सर आपके आशीर्वाद से एग्जाम मस्त गई. Now can follow chess more in vacation.
मेरे आशीर्वाद से क्या? What आशीर्वाद?
Oh God.
Okay, rook a7 check given by Fedoseev. Now the king has to move up. Maybe another check, and it is quite possible that they could agree to a draw as well.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
I
know.
think, because after f5, it's a little difficult.
Meanwhile, in Harikrishna's game against Amin Tabatabaei, after g5 rook d5, so we actually looked at till rook takes b4. Here king f8, check, rook d8, rook c7, rook a4, king e8, g5, rook d5, bishop e3, king d7, bishop b6, bishop d8, bishop e3, rook a5, rook c1, rook takes a2, rook h1. See Harikrishna, how he created play, Amrita.
Yeah.
It was very cool. He was worse here, right? So in this position, he realizes that this rook will come here. He will lose this pawn. So many times when you are sure that you are going to lose something in life, let's say you are going to lose your job, you know that this is happening, then you should make arrangements for a new job. So here what Harikrishna did was he went g5 and he said, by rook, तेरा काम सिर्फ इसको बचाना नहीं है. Your work is not to just save this pawn. There is another work for you, which is to attack this pawn.
Wow, what an analogy.
So he got ready for that. So he came to c1, rook takes here, and rook h1, putting pressure here.
The only thing is, even if you get that pawn, very difficult
Yeah,
to create
I mean,
a passer.
but what about this pawn? This is running, right? So for example, let's say
But you are also attacking g7.
And
there is a pin there. Okay, let's see this variation. It's super interesting. Move your rook from a5.
Where? Rook d5? Come on, Amrita, you're going to play simul. Suggest good moves.
Good move. Rook a3. With the idea of rook e3. Go rook a3. That rook 5 a3. Now you can't take on h7 because rook takes c3. Okay.
This is okay.
So you'll go bishop
d4.
d4. Okay. a5. Rook h7.
a4.
g7 mar raha hai na, but let's say I give it up. Okay. Rook g7. King e6.
So who is better here?
रहता था तो अच्छा रहता था.
Who is better here?
Here ना बाहर तो बोल रहा है white, but कैसे वो important है. Bishop c5 with the idea of knight f4. But here I think there has to be a good move, right, Sagar? It's an important move. And somehow I need to get my f3 knight in the game.
Maybe bishop a7, just moving it to the side.
दूर कहीं दूर जब दिन
कहीं दूर जब.
वही तो गा रही थी मैं.
हाँ, but your tune was wrong. Rook c3, check, king e5, rook f7. And the main point is that which pawn is faster? Is it the g pawn or is it the a pawn? I think rook c7 is kind of forced. So this is
Ah,
what.
so it's getting into complications.
So what
yeah?
I'm trying to say is that
Yeah,
Harikrishna.
it's a perfect counterplay
Yeah,
he created.
Harikrishna has played. This
Too
is
good.
where it's. I can tell you guys that advantage in chess is very difficult to hold. It's like that sand which you try to grasp in your hand.
It's like
and
the banana ka chilka, which is which you can slip from. So it's an advantage in chess is
Yes.
slippery.
I was giving a good example of sand.
Okay, what is your example?
My example was that if you try to grasp sand in your hand, it keeps on escaping from your grasp. So the same way, if you are not very careful, like here, the advantage just goes away.
Nice. Yeah, your example really makes sense. Though how much ever I like nonsense examples.
Swarupkar says, can we look at back row game? Okay, very interesting. Whoa! Whoa, Andrejkin is winning, Amruta.
Oh, really? Wait.
Which means if Andrejkin wins,
Hmm.
what? Back row. Look at this topsy-turvy game. Oh my god. See, Paile, let's take it from the start because this game is really cool. Okay. I'll say, like, I'll analyze fast. Okay. तो d4 खेला, d5, knight f3, e6, c4, queen's gambit accepted, a6, knight d2. Knight d2 is not very common. Generally you play like a4, knight c3 here. Knight d2, takes, bishop c5. All simple normal chess. Rook a4, knight c4, knight d2. I mean, white has been playing like knight d2, knight b3, knight d2. It can't be good. Knight f3, knight b4, bd2, knight e5, bishop b5, take, queen b5, knight d4, queen b7, queen b3, queen c7, knight df3. Now, okay, Andrejkin is happy. He's got some kind of pieces flowing, but he took here. Now, actually, he could have taken on c6. Yeah, this was a possible move, but he took here, check, bishop f8, ed5. Now ed5 was a blunder because queen d5 was better. Why is ed5 a blunder? Because after rook c1 was played, but rook e1 would have been very strong, Amruta.
Oh, you want to go rook e8 somehow.
But when he went rook c1, f6 was played. So my point is that if you go f6 here, this is not going to work because of knight d3 with the idea of rook e8.
Yeah.
But when he went rook c1, f6, now if knight d3,
No,
there is
I'm
no
not
rook
ready.
e8.
Yeah.
So he went knight c6, a5, rook d8, queen c7. Okay.
There was a pin, so abhi queen b7 के बाद.
It's around slightly better for black now.
But his king is super weak.
Check, king here. Now it's pretty safe.
Oh.
It takes
he
piece,
loses a piece,
yeah, piece up here. Now,
mate है ही नहीं क्या? Queen b1 check को क्या हो रहा है? Ah, rook c1 है. Okay,
yeah,
got
he
it.
can come back. But now king f5 was good, but he took here, and now came g4. Very cool move, threatening a mate.
Awesome.
Knight d7, he took. I mean, I don't know if he had to give a piece. He could have tried for f5.
f5, rook g7, queen g7, rook g7, king g7, that would be lost. So f5.
Yeah, maybe rook b8 would have been played. f5,
Oh,
rook
nice.
b8, queen b8,
Rook c6.
rook c6, and take on b8.
You're a piece.
But knight d7 takes here, queen check.
Oh,
It's a
it's a
mistake.
blunder because there is no f5 now. Did he think it's a perpetual? I think what Backrow thought, it's a perpetual. So how do you get rid of the perpetual?
But now king g3 and it's over. No checks.
No, he would have thought rook a3.
and threat is check, mate. Queen f4, check, king here, check, king here, and mate.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. So my question is here, if he had gone f5, the queen would have defended this, right? So
But
the
rook
move,
d6 check ko king f7 is there. Yeah. So why would he not go f5? That's what I mean. When he plays queen b1, Sagar, think of yourself in that game. If you have played queen b1, what would be your thinking process be like?
I think he thought this check is there, and he thought that maybe he's winning here. I don't know, because f3 might have seen rook a2 check, king g3,
Queen e1 check.
and
Then.
he saw queen e1. But after king h3,
Queen
there
f3
is
check.
queen f3. Now, if I go bishop h g3, then there is rook takes h2,
King takes h2.
king takes queen e2.
King h3, queen f1. If king h4, there is queen h1, and that would be a mate.
Yeah, that would go the other way.
Oh, rook h2 is a nice move.
So,
Oh,
but here instead of
goodness.
bishop g3, Amruta, king h4. And king h4, it seems
You don't
like
have queen f2. You
bg3,
don't have
no?
direct rook h2 bhi nahi. Baap re.
So he's played king
This
g3.
will hurt him, na?
Yeah, Etienne back row. But okay, I mean, it's a big break for Andrejkin because he now qualifies to
Yeah.
the semis. And also Sam Shankland would be very unhappy because now he's out.
Manan Shah says, Sagar bhai, what do you recommend? May में CA फाइनल की एग्जाम है बट आई वांट कम एट कुरला टू व्हाट डू यू सजेस्ट मई में है ना अभी तो मार्च है बहुत टाइम है
If you come to Kurla and then you meet us, maybe you get some new ideas for your May exam, yeah? But I get it, generally, like when you have like
One
couple of
day.
months, every day is very important. So you take a call. But I hope that whoever comes there, we can meet, we can talk, we can interact. And if not on that day you get to play, then definitely we'll do something in the coming week there where you can play. That is the plan. And I'll take pictures and everything, and I have some pictures which I can show the people, Amruta,
Oh,
of where the tournament is going to be. Like the simul.
Chess Fabregas says any meetups planned in the US. We need to go to US.
Yeah, I mean, someday US for sure.
Every stream when people ask about coming to US, we say
Someday, I'm really very, very hopeful that someday we'll be able to make it.
we need like two people to be equally interested to for something to happen. So in this case, I'm very much not so keen on coming to US.
But there was a pandemic, Amruta, so.
Yeah. No, otherwise also US is, I have not found it very interesting than Europe until now. But I must be wrong completely.
So this is the mall, the Phoenix Market City where we will be, right? And this is where you will play. So this is the structure. It's called the mushrooms, I think, here. So we will put the boards around it, the 20 tables and boards. People can watch. You can stand here. You can stand in the above gallery also. You can see Pop Tates is one. It could be a memory marker, like a landmark. This is the mall. And yeah, this is the area where the simul will be.
Something like this, yeah.
No, this only. Exactly this.
Exactly. Siddharth says, Chess Fabricas, where are you based in US? Maybe we can meet up. Wow. So in US. Yeah, I mean, maybe what we can plan is ChessBase India subscribers meet up in US and we can have some prizes. Could be interesting.
Sure. This is definitely a possibility. By the way, Amruta, um, check King G6, check King H7, and I thought Fedoseev will repeat,
What did he do?
but he went Rook H1. And he's saying to Vidit that
He
if
wants to try.
you play
Is it?
Bishop G6, now I have Bishop G5 putting pressure here. So Vidit actually pushed his pawn to F4, but just look at this line, Rook H5.
If
There's no mate here because bishop takes. So Fe3 threatening a mate.
Oh, Rook
Takes
H6.
here.
You can't get rid of the perpetual, but again.
Check king here. And yeah, I mean.
No, one question, Sagar. Rook F6 check. And if I get Rook E6, Rook E3, that's.
No, you can't take. No, then because there's mate.
Oh, I can never take. Nice perpetual. Unstoppable.
Yeah.
तो इसका हो गया क्या वो मेट?
No, he's played bishop c5.
No, macro का. हाँ.
But I'm actually very surprised that Fedoseev wants to really fight. You know, this is what fighting spirit is in chess.
His fighter attitude is tremendous.
And look at
Vidit.
That
does cost him some games.
For sure. And now Amrita, Vidit has made sure that this cannot fall because mate.
Yeah, अच्छा है ना, like all the time this bishop keeps hanging itself and sometime if black forgets अरे यार अरे पीस मर रहा है, अरे मैं तो भूल ही गया मेट होने वाला है करके नहीं खा रहा था.
But अभी गेम इस फिर से रोमांचक मोड पे आ गए.
Solid.
Like b5. I was thinking maybe bishop f7 and put here, but then h6 is hanging.
No, why not direct rook d2? I was thinking. Doesn't make sense.
But you are not
b2.
attacking anything. Bishop f3, stopping this pawn. Look at this, Amrita, this variation. Take, king takes, b7, check, king h5,
b8,
queen, check, queen b1, only move, rook b1, king b1, and good chances of this ending in a draw. So, this could be one possibility, but we'll see. Oh, he's pushed his pawn. Fedoseev going all out. We'll come back to this game. Let's quickly go to Harikrishna versus Tabatabaei. But after Rook H1, Tabatabaei has not made his move. He has 30 minutes more that will be added to his clock after 40 moves. So he's still thinking how to save his H7 pawn. Harikrishna, who was completely worse, is now back in the game. Back to Vidit Gujrathi's game. Here, after Bishop C5, Rook D8, B5 was played. And this pawn is coming forward, Amruta. It's a race now. Basically, the race is so complicated because it's not only the pawn, it's also the H pawn under pressure. The rook planning to enter from there.
Race even for the kings, yeah?
Yeah.
Right now. So Vidit has got the chances back. Lekin that is amazing. You know, I remember one blunder of Fedoseev's with Anish, where there was a pin and he lost the piece.
Yeah, I'll get some more.
Yep. Asim Khan says, Sagarbai and Amrita, we will also make a lot of reels. How many of you in the chat are addicted to reels? Kacha badam karna hai. That's what Shivshom says. Funny. Vignesh says 33rd Tamil Nadu State Under 12 Open FIDE Rated Championship 2022. He has given his details.
He finished first?
That's what he said.
Wow.
Amazing.
I'll figure out.
Amazing. Okay, so b5 एक second. So we checked rook d d2. सागर एक बार वो खत्म हुआ क्या बैक रो का गेम?
हाँ ऊपर है फर्स्ट. Yeah,
Oh
finish.
yeah, he has lost. King g3 गया, rook a3 गया. Checkmate is now available. Roshan Rangarajan. Hi, Amrita Thai, I'm in the US. I can also help in coordinating ChessBase India's US event. However, you want it to happen. अरे क्या बात है.
That's Amruta, your idea can become a reality, yeah?
Yeah, quite a lot of people are there in US.
Hmm.
But US isn't it like what I know is it's huge and it's like people uh, stay at many different cities. So I don't find many times people who are in the same city. है ना? US में
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, they must be in different cities. So you can't have like Delhi and Mumbai meet up same way you can't have like in different places. But could be in one city where there are many people.
yeah. रुक d2 खेलेगा तो मजा तो आ जाएगा. The way the game will end.
Okay, let's think carefully. ठीक है, rook d2. So I have no threat as such because this pawn is defended by the bishop. This pawn is defended by the rook.
Okay, sorry. One last time I'll be reading because there are some people. Balaji says he's from US. Bishal Pokharel says he's from Dallas. Sanjay More says he's from Chicago. Swaroop says he's from California. And Bay Area, Saranj says should be the best place for meetup. हरजाप सिंह सुपर चैट से सागर भाई अब तो मैं भी इंडिया आ गया हूँ. लेट्स मीट अप.
Amazing, Harjap. I remember. I think if I'm not mistaken, Harjap, we had met in one of the Dr. Chess sessions. Correct. So very good. I remember you were in the US at that point.
Smart blind what says I'm in LA. Anand Narayan
Or
says
may-
I'm from Tokyo.
Maybe not. I'm just not sure. Yeah.
Chandan Nagar says I'm from Ghana. Shaunak says I'm from Nashik. Hiren says I'm from Indianapolis. Okay. Maybe one stream, Sagar, we should do only asking where every person.
This is Amruta's fantasy. Always asking people and then.
It is amazing, no? ठीक है. रुक डी d2 खेला क्या वो सागर?
Shankland has tweeted, someone said. Let's just see what he has tweeted. No, he has not played it. I just want to go deep into this position for like 5 minutes and analyze. Oops.
Oh, Harjap Singh says on your birthday.
Ah. There's not much more frustrating
Andrew
Then-
says, sorry, you are reading.
needing 0-1 or draw for a playoff and watching -6 go to -2 to 0 to +20 on moves 37 to 40. Congrats to Andrejkin, of course. I have to respect his fighting spirit in the final round. Wish I could have gotten a more playable position today. Yeah, true. That was about the Andrejkin back row
of
game.
course. No, I don't remember. Andrew said I'm from Goa, can assist you with your holiday trip to Goa. Andrew, yesterday Sagar had asked me in the stream to find the best move, and if I would have found the best move, today we would be in Goa. But I did not. So that's the story. And Harjap Singh says my birthday and your birthday are the same day, Sagar bhai. आपके birthday पे I played Amrita in Bullet and lost brutally. Our match is still due. Okay.
Ah, yes. Correct. Okay, so rook d2.
Let's analyze.
Let's say I go b6 because that is the only thing that makes sense to me. ये rook को हिला नहीं सकते because there is a mate.
No.
This rook cannot move away because
and king
this,
b1 also doesn't make sense because rook b2 check and you will take.
yeah, even this
No,
check.
what about king b1? 1 second.
What about it? Check here.
King c1.
Check here. And
You just take.
okay, but Let's push this pawn. Yeah, that is the most natural. Now he's going to make a, he's going
Queen.
forward, right? So I will try and stop it.
Correct.
Correct.
The other way to stop was rook b2, but without any progress. No,
But
rook b2, I lose
then
the
rook
h5
takes h5.
bishop.
There is
I
no
am-
mate.
Correct.
So that's the reason why bishop f3.
Kind of forced.
And now my plan is bishop d5 and then take this. So you really need to get this going for yourself.
Suppose I don't take, just not wanting to go into any tactical thing. So any other move would be lost. Is it what you mean?
Yes.
Like, I'll make a random move. Maybe rook a7 check.
Rook a7, king g6.
And now I'll go b7.
b7 and I take your rook.
And now I'll
Let
go
me
b8. There's a mate. Okay, so I'll have to move the rook on h1 even if I don't.
Yeah,
take
this looks
doesn't-
natural, Amruta.
Yeah.
Take.
King takes b7.
b7.
Forcing king h5, of course.
King h5.
b8. Queen is again forced because you've given the rook. b8 queen.
Yeah, queen. Check. Take. And this is what we analyzed.
Correct.
Now this position, I'm not sure.
But g pawn is going to be faster. I think what it will land in rook,
Rook,
and
bishop
bishop
versus
versus
rook.
rook. So it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, sure.
What happened?
Keith has put up a poll, guys. You can go and check out there. Which US state are you from? It's a straw poll. And click on that link and
The poll should be able to understand the IP address, and actually, if you're in US only, then you can vote. That kind of it. A real geo poll, I mean.
Harjap Singh says, Sagar bhai, any open rated tournaments coming up in India? I want to take part actually. As I mentioned, 13 to 21st in Guwahati, 23rd to 29th in Delhi, 31st to 6th in Ahmedabad. These three are happening. Then there are also in Bangalore. Then there are also some in Rajasthan, Udaipur. So just go to chessbase.in/calendar and we have a massive calendar there. Also, if you are using the ChessBase India Android app, calendar is very easily accessible from there. So all these are free resources, so please check it out. So here Amruta b5 and he's thinking now. Vidit has spent a solid amount of 15 minutes here thinking. Can we go to Harikrishna's game?
Yeah.
After rook h1, we are looking at Harikrishna's opponent Amin goes bishop e7. And his plan is that if you take here, to go bishop f8.
Okay, so not going in any of those crazy variations. G7 has to be defended.
So now rook
Okay,
h8.
King E7 maybe?
King
I mean, looks
E7
really
is possible.
ugly, but you have an idea of G6, bishop G7.
Bishop c5 looks very nice because now, Amruta, if I take here, then my f2 pawn becomes weak. Right? So let's say I go rook h7, then rook c2, rook takes g7, rook takes f2, and you lose the knight.
Yeah.
Hai
Yeah.
So here, maybe it's not so simple. G6 pawn sack, fg.
Rook G8.
Yeah, rook g8, rook c2,
Check.
rook g7.
King goes back maybe because otherwise rook G6 would be a check. So you go back. Now rook f7 is not possible. So this should be lost, no? After king e8.
Yeah, but knight h4.
Rook f2. Yeah.
Actually, good chances here for holding. But again, I mean, Amin has played very well this move, bishop e7. Very smart move. And Harikrishna, the moment he'll take on h7,
Yeah.
He's not played it yet. He'll go bishop f8, defending this pawn till the end, and then whenever get a chance, exchange of this bishop.
Yes. Yeah, bishop e7 is a very strong move.
Yeah.
Agree totally. Did they progress in Vidit's game? No.
Sorry?
No, no progress in Vidit's game, no? b5. Vidit is still thinking.
Yeah, b5. Chess Fabregas says California is leading. Unsurprising. Oh.
How many people chess Fabregas from California?
What Shukur Polakkal says, what about Rook d5? Good suggestion, Shukur. Actually, very interesting because bishop moves, then I can take the pawn. I was thinking Rook c1.
Eh?
Also possible, not to be underestimated, is b6, Rook c5, check on a7, King g6, b7, Rook b5, Rook b1, Rook takes b1, King b1. Rook e8, Rook a8, Bishop f3, Bishop takes. Black may be able to hold, but this is not where you want to go. So Rook d5, b6 is definitely something that Vidit has to calculate. You see why Vidit is taking a lot of time here is because there are many variations to calculate. Uh, Asim says maybe in future we should get a big size chess set like the one in World Chess Championship for Kurla. Yeah, in Phoenix, yeah, in that Dublin Square, we can put it there. I just imagine like some place where there are hundreds of chess players meeting every day, or let's say every once a week or something like that, and it feels so cool. Let's see if that happens. At least we have a place, we have someone there who watches our streams regularly and who's very keen on something like this happening. But of course, step by step, one step at a time. For now, on 10th, if you are in Mumbai, you can come there for the Women's Day simul of Amruta when she takes on 20 players. She'll take on male, female participants. She'll play 20. I'll be there around. We'll also have some few other people from ChessBase India team. Also, I'm sure you will get to meet other people there who are from who are subscribers of ChessBase India and in general. So it might be a good atmosphere. At least I'm hoping that we'll be able to get 20 people to play. Chess Fabregas says ChessBase India Chess Club. You need a ChessBase India Chess Club similar to Magnus's Stavanger. Yeah, I don't know how that is going on. I remember that they had created a chess club.
Is he still thinking for b5?
Yes.
Oh.
He's down to 7 minutes 56 seconds. Meanwhile, Harikrishna has taken the pawn on h7 and Amin has gone bishop f8 as we anticipated, defending the pawn. Yeah, Jibitesh says in my college there's a large chess board like the World Championship. It is in Vidyavihar, Somaya. Yeah, I used to go there for sometimes for a walk, and it's a huge chess set there.
And today we met, today we met two guys. One
They
of
showed
them
us
was
that photo of that
chess set.
chess set. Shraddha Shil says, Sagar bhai, who have been the players you idolized when you used to play, and whose approach you liked the most? I mean, I didn't play at that level where I had some, I didn't play these tournaments like Grand Prix or candidates or anything of that sort. But for me, I think these world champions, of course, a lot of them I liked, but not particularly. I didn't read about them as personalities, but rather as chess players. And I liked Capablanca overall a lot. His games, Smyslov very much. That love for Smyslov was actually given to me by Jesse Cry, who actually makes some beautiful videos for Chess Dojo channel now. So if you guys ever want to check out a good chess channel, Chess Dojo is the one. Meanwhile, b5, Vidit did not go Amruta, rook d2. Vidit has gone for safety first approach with bishop f3. But that means that he is giving up the h6 pawn. And yeah, so rook takes h6 is going to happen. King g8 and rook d6, stopping rook d1 mate.
Yeah. तो perpetual हो रहा है ना अभी.
हाँ मतलब I think Vidit got a bit tensed about the b5 pawn going forward, so he didn't opt for this very uncompromising
Maybe that is
line.
what he was trying to calculate
Yes.
for a long time to
I'm sure.
decide whether it's leading somewhere or how.
I'm sure you don't make a move like bishop f3 with a, you make it with a heavy heart, basically. Because you know that you're giving up the h6 pawn.
That is true. Shashank says, Amrita, one online simul also, please, for those who are not in Mumbai. That's a good idea. Should do it for sure. पहले मुंबई में रिजल्ट दिखते हैं. अगर बहुत हारने के बाद इधर कैसा है. इधर के साइमल में चेस बोर्ड पीसेस नहीं है देने के लिए. Okay, yeah, but I think so. Mir Hasabni Subajat says, love from Pittsburgh and Pune, where my family lives. Would love an event in the US. Wow. आज तो it's like US का meetup हो गया already.
Yeah, he was saying 5 of the people watching right now are from California. So there are a lot of people in California.
Great. Yes, I think we should plan something. Will ChessBase India come to Gujarat one day? I definitely think so. Gujarat बहुत ही बाजू में है.
Gujarat, we have been there. We have come to several events. And I like Gujarat a lot because it's my kind of native town. My lot of ancestors used to live there. But the one thing which I like very much is that I can speak my mother tongue there, Gujarati. So when I get down from railway station or where I can already start talking in Gujarati to everyone, which doesn't happen in Mumbai.
Yeah. Maybe what we can do is amazing idea, Sagar. We plan a time, let's say 3 p.m.
Is it an amazing idea? because you say amazing idea does not make it amazing.
No, it is amazing. I'm trying a placebo effect and it is very difficult to coordinate. But 3 p.m. Okay, the place is local train. You have to get in the train at Vidyavihar station. सबको लोग मिलते हैं कोई भी randomly. फिर चेस बोर्ड पीसेस लेके अपन खेलते हैं उधर.
In train, local train.
हाँ, until we reach CST or until we reach last station.
We have to sit down and play.
नहीं, सीट पे बैठना है. मतलब considering it will all be chess players.
Where will you put the chess board?
सीट पे.
Seat. Acha.
So maybe we need the first station.
Fine.
It's a
It's an
okay,
amazing,
first station पे मिलता है चलो, not Vidya विहार.
amazing idea.
घाट को पर.
No, but it's amazing idea which should not be which we should just get amazed by, not implement.
Okay.
Actually, once when I was going to Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh for the Saharanpur Open, this was in 2002 or 2003. Hampi had won it, that tournament. And
Yes,
there was
I
this
know
train which went from Mumbai to Saharanpur, and there were 45 players, I think, or 50 players in that train, and they had chess on wheels tournament.
No, they didn't have.
Yes,
Like they didn't have,
seriously, like 5 rounds. I played also, yeah, because everyone was on different berths, so there were clocks and everything.
क्या बात है?
Yeah, it was very nice.
In fact, there is a famous trip, right? Famous tournament in Europe. It leaves from Prague or something
Yes.
like that, and they have
It
a chess
goes
tournament.
through
But
all
it's
these-
very difficult to get entry because it's very limited entries.
No, I'm sure that if you do it on time,
Yeah.
it goes from Vienna to Prague. I mean, there are many, these Budapest, they
Right.
cover many important cities, perhaps.
True. Amol Satsangi says, hello sir, I'm afraid of losing my rating, so I don't play online chess. My current rating is 1021, so I play against bots up to 1700 I have defeated. Is it right?
I think overall, not being afraid of losing rating is very important to improve, because even if you lose your rating, it's not the end of the world. It's just something that you will learn from and you want to improve. So if you keep an aim that you want to keep improving your chess, you want to be the best version of yourself every day, like just keep on improving, then it doesn't matter whether your rating is 1000 right now, because or it will go down to 800 or 900. You play, you might go to even 600, but then when you have actually improved as a player, when you are focusing hard, when you are not getting distracted, when you are trying to not blunder, when you do all these things right, that is the big fun of playing or just doing anything, like doing it with all your heart. That is more important than your rating.
Yeah, I think if you're appearing like this, then it will reflect on your moves. So you will not be playing your best chess anyway. So it becomes a cycle and it will also reflect in your life. You'll be scared of taking certain decisions. So just play bindas. क्या होएगा Max?
By the way, Harikrishna actually opted for a plan whereby he gave up the e6 pawn. Now, I don't like this move. I think maybe something like rook h8 or g6 was better, but e6, king takes, bishop g7.
Maybe he felt that practically this is easier to even calculate and play because bishop g7, king g7,
Yeah, rook
and
g7.
d2 square is protected.
a5.
Yeah, knight.
Not
That
even
a pawn against the knight is another problem.
King d7, rook
a6.
a6.
फिर भी a4 so you can't stop. Too fast. Black is too fast.
Black is fast. Yeah, he will
Now
push
it's
the
very
pawn. He'll also get his king. White is going to take time.
Tanay Bhagwat says, I'm in Boston, have played with both of you in BCA tournaments in Chandu long time ago. Oh.
Tanay.
Yeah, Tanay
Yes.
Bhagwat.
I think so. I recollect the name.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Shashank Bajpai says, Sagar bhai, yesterday's shirt was really good. Link bhejo, mujhe bhi chahiye.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was gifted by one of my relatives, so I don't know where. From where?
From US. It was from US. Suvir says, Sagar sir, I am going to play the junior nationals day after tomorrow. Any advice for the tournament? I am 13 years old.
Wow. So we just go there and give your best. Just focus, give your best in every game. Doesn't matter if you score 1 point, 0 point, 2 points, 3 points, whatever it is, or even 11 out of 11 if you score, does not matter. Just remember how Pragnananda went to play Vaikanze when he was facing all these top players, and he said only one thing, that I was mentally prepared for any result. I just wanted to give my best and fight as hard as I can. So just keep in mind that you are going there to enjoy, to give your best chess and play your heart out. Don't worry about winning or losing.
एंड मेनी टाइम्स नाउअडेज जितने यंग हो तुम उतना डर सामने वाले को लगता है. So your 19-year olds will be a little bit under pressure. Use that.
Yeah. It's funny how 3 games are going on. One is between Predke and Yu Yangi, and Predke is better. The second one is between Harikrishna and Tabatabaei. It's going on. It looks bad for Hari.
Yeah, very
It's fine.
difficult now
And the last game that is
with it.
going on is
ऊपर नीचे perfect.
Vidit Fedoseev versus Vidit, which also looks like could end in a draw here.
And now it's perpetual. Omkar Deshpande Supercharson says, what else Praful Zaveri course will help to get initial 1400 plus rating? Please advise. Praful Zaveri ke alawa.
What else?
My system is one thing which.
Yeah,
That's in my
imbalance
mind. So,
theory may be good with along with reassess your chess. Silman's complete endgame course is nice. Talking
How is
about
Soviet
tactics.
chess primer?
Soviet chess primer is good, but it's maybe if you have Praful Zaveri's chess course, then maybe it might.
Okay, similar, something similar.
I mean, it's for learning chess. And how about
Tactics, yeah?
yeah,
Good. Build up your chess one.
or woodpecker method could be possible.
Or there are these 1001 positions for club players that could be interesting.
Any tactics basically. See, the main thing is that this is a very good advice that Srinath gave me once when I was still playing, and he said the more you can make your brain work, the better you get as a chess player. And by making your brain work, it means that thinking about chess positions concretely. So for example, I have a book here and I open one page of the book, and this position comes up, and I start thinking very seriously as if that's my game. Whether I take with the rook, with the king, what should I do? And then if I make my brain work like this a lot of times, then I get used to the process of thinking, and this could help you in your results during the tournament. By the way, king e6, bishop g7,
This is happening.
this a5, g6 takes, and now does Tabatabaei go?
King f5, why not? Rook g5 check, yeah?
Possible.
Or g4 maybe. King f4. No, rook and knight is just lost. A pawn बहुत ही fast है. I think this is lost. मतलब I just don't see any counterplay. Zero.
But g pawn is there, Amruta. G pawn.
बहुत दूर है. Too many miles away. So this I would consider a super lost. Riddish Kapadia says, remember our times at Sangli with Dhanesh Rikhande, sir.
Who?
Riddish Kapadia. He asks you.
I remember Sangli, and I also remember Dhanesh Rikhande, who was my coach and who taught me so many great things about chess. But Ritesh, I also recollect the name. It's very like, but I don't kind of place the face. And Amruta, I think Vidit wants to. Vidit is okay with the draw now. But do you think Fedoseev will take it? No, he goes Rook d6. Fedoseev, no draw, no
Man,
draw.
this is one reason I'm really a fan of Fedoseev. It's like in reality, he fights till the last breath.
Yeah, sure. And it's this kind of play which really kind of puts pressure on your opponent.
Yeah.
And if Vidit makes a mistake now, it will not be because of that move, but also because of the previous moves where uh, Fedoseev is putting pressure on him.
Absolutely. Important point, what you mentioned. Yegakanta Sharma says I'm 1300 rated from long time and can't go beyond that. Is it a good idea to buy a nice chess book course to improve my game? Maybe maybe you can also watch the series, no, first and see how interested you
Yeah,
are.
maybe imbalance theory is a good one. Sanket Joshi, thank you for becoming backer of Indian chess.
Shaurya Damati asks, so Rapport top pool C, right?
Yeah.
But black can't go wrong, right? I mean,
Rook c7.
now yeah, it is b6, b7. What about g4? b6? Or bishop d6, then it's a simple draw. But let's say you try b6, yeah? I mean, it's a little bit. g3. B7 would be lost, right? Bishop b7, rook b7, rook takes c5. Is it lost? No. This is still a draw. No, 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 lost. Rook c5. What happened? And rook b2 means rook c1 check. So you can't. Oh, nice. You can't go with this because there is rook c1 check, and if you try to go rook here, I'll simply play g2, rook g1, and rook c2, and you are too slow. Got it.
Oh, you made Vidit win, huh? Black is winning
Just
here.
rook c7, if
But right
b6.
now it's equal, right? This position.
Yeah, this position is equal. In fact, even after b6, it should be equal. But we tried the most natural moves. Rohit Dubey says, Sagar and Amrita, I got myself Alma by Judith Berg. What a read it has been till now. So happy to have this. I strongly recommend this to everyone.
Oh, nice. I think there was a small review written by Avatanshu on that. I think we also have it on shop.
Yes. Are you okay?
Yeah. Harikrishna is under some pressure, Amruta. Look at this. He doesn't have now squares on the a file. If he doesn't have that, then
This position I have no belief. But okay, he's got the pawn on g5. Six minutes for Vidit. G4. He played g4. Oh, are we going into that similar variation after b6? So right now bishop d6 would end in a simple draw. If bishop d6, rook takes b5, bishop takes f4.
yeah, this looks around
Oh,
equal.
in fact, white is a pawn up and Fedoseev will try. He's a pawn down. Hmm. So for bishop d6, but this is forced. I don't think you have any other option.
Yeah,
This is forced. So Fedoseev will play bishop d6.
let's see.
Sir, you may
Yeah,
want to
I'll
take
just come back.
some rest. Yeah. So what we're looking at, one option bishop d6, the other option we were analyzing was b6. But after rook b5, white can still push because he has an extra pawn. What else can black do if he doesn't take? I don't see much. Let's say he tries to give a check, then the king comes out, and in fact, you have nothing. You're still a pawn down, but the king is also becoming a little active. If you give a check here, rook e2 check, there is rook c2, and you defend f2 pawn. So it's nothing to worry. So I'm predicting Fedoseev will go for bishop d6 idea. Amol says, see how my chess journey begins from myth part to Among Us to Tanmay Bhatt to Samay to chess to you from past 2 years. Oh wow, that's a long journey. Nice, Amol. Ronit says, Amrita, I play chess from when I was 10 years old and I'm a division player, but I started loving chess again because of you. I mean, I think because of Sagar. Can I pursue chess still? I'm 19 and luckily I am too pursuing chess, CA. Oh, CA के साथ side by side chess is a great idea because you are going to stay very active, your brain, I mean, and very it will help your focus as well. So definitely. Harish Lakhani asked, did your academics hinder your chess? Um, I missed my school very much. In 10th standard, I think I attended the school only for a month or so. I played my maximum tournaments. So I won't say that, at least in school, but in college, yeah, all these exams used to be really, ooh, I was very bad at dealing with the exams. So b6, okay, we are having some moves. He played g3 here, fg3, fg3, and now bishop d4 has been played. Okay, I think we saw the variation, we had seen the variation till here. Now bishop d4 is an idea. He wants to give check and capture the g3 pawn. So what black can do is right now, let's say he ignores and he goes g2. You can't take here because of this queening idea. Currently this g1 is controlled. What white can do, let's say he continues with b7, suppose, with that a b8 queen should work. If I go rook e1 check, there is king b2, and yeah, if you make a queen here, The problem is it a problem? Rook g7 check. No, rook g7 check, you have king f5 and takes. Oops, no. This would be blunder because of b8 queen. There's this intermezzo. So you don't take here. You first give a check and then you capture the b7 pawn, and then with this bishop you'll capture the a pawn. So it's going to go towards rook and bishop. What he played is, oh, g2 has happened in the game. He did play this, and we were considering a move like b7 right now. Okay, happy Women's Day. That's what Rohit Dubey wishes. Okay, a lot of people are wishing your happy Women's Day. So happy Women's Day to all of you. Though I'm not a very big fan of this special day, but I would say that as Sagar made me understand, this should be an opportunity to be used to spread more good things, that kind of a thing. So my question here is, how many girls are watching the stream? It's very difficult. It's very difficult to expect many girls right now, but still, let's see. Let's have a very quick look at Harikrishna's game, by the way. Yeah, g5. I think we left the position here. King b7, rook e6, rook c2, and Harikrishna played here rook e5, rook c2. Wait, yeah, he played rook e3. And this is the position currently on the board. He's still fighting. Going back to Vidit's game, g2 is the position. It was always going to be a race. Oh, Shaibi Binoj is here. Saumya Iyer is here. Bhagyashri Kaduskar is here. Tanishka is here. So only, as of now, only 4 girls, yeah? I mean, there might be a few more who are not writing. Let's say I'll assume another 4. So maybe 8. Anil Badoria, I think you can ask your question in the next stream to Sagar, sir. He'll definitely answer it. Fedoseev has gone rook c1. He's not taken any risk right now. So we are talking about 1 pawn versus 2 pawns, and these are protected pass pawns. So imagine the pawn comes forward, it's going to be a little risky, but that is not going to happen. Already black can go rook e2, stop the king's activity. Also threaten bishop d5. How do you progress after rook e2? Yeah, you will go rook b1 with the idea of b7, let's say. And if right now I try to make a move like bishop d5, attacking this pawn, you can still go rook b2, you have defended. Oh, but then there is a perpetual here. This would be a perpetual. So rook b1 is not a very good idea if white really wants to try. This has happened. Rook c1 has happened in the game, and with this thinking, rook e2 is the move which we analyzed right now. I think this is what he will play. Another idea is to go rook a5, but after rook a5 you allow king b2, and you also activate your own king. So I would prefer rook e2. Yeah, rook e2 is much easier. Let's see what Vidit plays. He has only 5 minutes and Fedoseev has 10 minutes. Oh, there are more girls. Tejaswita Patil, Nashi. Yeah, I would have put a poll, but then you guys will also answer. I don't know how many people will answer, very honestly. Sanchayita Sinha says, watching you and Sagar from pandemic onwards got really interested for you guys. Proud being a woman. Wow, amazing. Yeah, I think many times there are a lot of girls who do watch the stream, but somehow they don't want to write, they don't want to, they just want to be a little bit away from communication. So, so Vidit has played Rook E2 as we were looking at, and we saw one move which was Rook B1. The other idea would be to go Rook C7, maybe with the idea of B7, but then you could go Rook D2, attack the bishop. So actually it's going towards the end, I would say. Is there any scope for a mistake? Let's say for white or for black? I don't think so. It's a very straightforward position, even if you're a pawn down. Especially this king has been on A1 since such a long time. I mean, when did it move last? We are at 55th move, and it's an interesting question. Yeah, after 25th move, it went on 27th move to A1. It's been more than 20 moves and the king is still on A1. So that too in the end game, yeah. When we say that king is a piece in the end game, that was a big compensation for black for the pawn. Rook E2. So all the guys in the chat, what is your plan today? Are you going to be giving any surprises or any gifts to your moms or sisters or girlfriends or everyone? Is it like a special day or is it like a normal day? How is your perception? Ronit says I play till division level of Jalka. Is it good? I don't think it's good or bad. You enjoyed, you played, like try to play more tournaments. It's great that you played that tournament. You should try more tournaments in Maharashtra now that they are happening. It's amazing that you're even trying. So what about Rook G8? Rook G8 तो नहीं आ रहा है, but are you saying Rook G1? Oh, he played A3. But are you saying Rook G1? Yeah, Rook G1 is a very passive move because this bishop is going to stay on this diagonal itself and this G2 will be always protected. So your rook really does nothing much. What he played was A3. Finally, the pawn which would come under attack, he's kind of pushed it, and with it played Rook D2. So this bishop has to decide where to go. Very few squares. These three squares are available. So it could go to G1. Then this bishop could also block the B6 pawn. And if you go Rook C7, there would be Rook D1 check and takes, I believe. So that's one thing. Sancheta says, love both of your efforts in spreading chess. Now I spectate every tournament that you guys do commentary. How I used to follow cricket previously, I follow chess now. Oh, that's a big compliment, Sancheta, because I mean, amazing. I'm so happy to hear this. One of the best compliments. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you. Anil Badoria says, I am Ruta ma'am. I'm a beginner in chess. Can you give some tips for me to grow? Yeah, first of all, play a lot. But when you're playing, uh, really play seriously. Like if you have half an hour with you, don't try to play too many 3 minute or 5 minute games. Try to play 2 15 minutes game, super focused, and at the end of it, understand where did you go wrong. So that is the first thing. Secondly, solve a lot of tactical positions which are now made so easy to solve online. And when you are watching the live games, definitely try to think of calculating the moves as if you are playing, because this is the closest you can get to the feel of a tournament. So yeah, Vidit played bishop d5 here. He has 4 minutes. Oh my god, is the time pressure going to affect in any way? I'm not sure. But anyway, right now bishop d5. White is really not able to progress. Let's say when right now if he goes a4, there is simply rook a2 and you can take the pawn, so it doesn't work. White also does not have many good moves because of the king being so passive. He might go king b1 with the idea of a4, but then the question comes, why did he play a3 at first place? Like at this point, why did he not play a4? And if he had to see, black Vidit would have played the same move, bishop d5, with the idea of rook a2, and if there is anything like king b1, it would still be a problem after rook e4 and a4 is becoming weak. So that's the reason a3 was played. Oops, what happened? Oh, they drew the game. They drew the game. Sorry, I think they repeated here. Yeah, check. Bishop c5, bishop d5, a4. No, 1 second. He didn't play a4, he played king b1, bishop e4 check, king a1, and bishop d5, and it was repeated. Am I right? Or was it this move? No, this was my variation. Sorry. Yeah, it was this repetition. Bishop e4 check, king a1, and bishop d5, and they agreed for a draw. So a well fought game. Vidit had really nice position with opposite colored bishop. It was first he had some chances, but that was a very difficult move. If you remember, at this place where he had to find a move rook d8, at this place rook d8 was a very difficult move, but if he would have found rook d8, then this would have led to a win. This was one chance. Then the next time when he played f5, 1 second, where were we? Not here. Yeah, after b4, f5 was not the best way, but it was important to go bishop f3 and to continue the game. And finally, here at this point, draw is the right result because white cannot improve his position in any way. So that it's ended in a draw. What about Harikrishna and Tabatabaei? What's the position? Oh, Hari has fought really hard. Wow. I mean, it should have been lost a long time ago, but really this is amazing fight. So looking at the last few moves, oops, yeah, we saw until g5, king b7, rook e6, rook c2, rook e3, rook a3. Now he has blockaded the a pawn, most importantly. g6, king d6. Is he going to get any counterplay? Imagine if he goes g7 right now. You have to go rook c8. Rook 8 would have been a blunder because of rook takes a4, and once this pawn is gone, then it's a draw. So rook c8, of course, that blunder is not going to happen. And now you can move your knight finally. Let's say if you go rook g8, that would be a blunder. I'm so sorry, I missed this. There is a fork, so you'll try to go king e6 with the idea of king f7 and taking the pawn on g7. And if knight e4, again stopping king f7 because of the fork. That's the only idea with the knight, which you have to be careful. Also, if you go rook g8, that would be a blunder, guys. I'm going to ask you one question. If rook g8, what should white play? What should white play here? Let me see who is awake. We have 300 people here around. How many of you are awake and can find a move for white? Okay, we have Tanay Bhagwat and Yashash Subramanya who have found Raj Pawar, also Medico, Mega Blade, Chess. Yes, it is Rook A4 because after Rook A4 there is Knight C5 check, and this would be a draw because you don't have time to trap the knight. Rook G7, and yeah, because of this one pawn and the knight, it's a draw. So still chances would be there. That is amazing. White has to be careful. In the variation which we just saw right now at this place where knight e4, rook g8 would be a blunder, but what black can do, he can go rook a8 so that there is more defense to the pawn. And now both the rooks are pretty away. King f7 will happen, king takes g7 will happen, and slowly he will progress. But Hari has really given a very tough resistance towards the end. So what happened in the game was no, this is not up. King d6 is the current position on the board, and Hari is still playing. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, Prerona, but the point is we don't say VD has failed or Hari has failed because they go there, they give their best, they put so much hard work. You can already see in this tournament, VD opened with E4, and it requires a tremendous amount of effort all the time, and then you go and you give your best at the end of it, whatever your skills are. So it's never like a failure as such for the I think for the person who gives his best, because he knows he is given his best. Hari continued with knight d4. Oh, he has only 1 minute, and Tabatabaei has 2 minutes. So in time pressure, knights are dangerous. Would there be any possibility of a blunder? He could give a check first, and after the king moves, the rook can go to c4, defend the a4 pawn, attack this knight, and then take the g6 pawn. That should be almost over, but let's see. Mahima Bolandas is how to participate in the simul. If you are from Mumbai, you can come to the Phoenix, and we will release more details in the coming days on our social media. So stay alert for that. But if you're from Mumbai, definitely you can come to Phoenix Market City at Kurla. Yeah, Indrajit Patel asks, how do you overcome rejection? I just got rejected by my dream university. Okay, I don't know. Uh, Rejection in the sense, if I have to consider it in chess terms, let's say, you miss your national championship because you it's the last round, you're winning, and then if you win, you will be the champion, and then you lose. If you want to consider that kind of a rejection, might as well. Exactly, I have one simple rule: when you're doing something, you do it very wholeheartedly with super focus. I mean, you bring all your energy, that there is no way that you can doubt at yourself that did you give your best. And this attitude, when you know you have given your best, which means that whatever is in your control, you have done it, then what else can you do? That's the best you can do. Then you feel good about it, and that is the real success for you. I think the worst moments have been, if at all I have felt that I have not given my best. So that's what it was there in my upbringing, and it has really helped me. I Who knows, it could help you, so I'm sharing this with you. Yeah, King H3 and Rook C4 would be played, I believe. Oh, in the simul, online simul, we've not yet planned. That was an idea given by Shashank. So let's see, first we do this offline one, and then we can plan the online one. How long would it take for someone to be a GM if he or she is rated 2100 on leeches? That's what Gaurav Chakravarti asks. No, I don't think it's anything dependent on leeches rating. It's all a very different ball game, yeah. When you go to play a real tournament, it's a very different thing. It's the pressure you feel over there is cannot be compared with this kind of pressure. It's different. I'm not saying here there is no pressure, but it's different, way different. Okay, he played Rook C1 here. He did not go Rook C4 actually. Because here he's giving an idea, mate in one. So King H2. And now he'll play Rook C4 because the knight needs to go to F3 to defend the mate. Yeah, he has to go to F3. It's forced. I mean, you could go Rook D3 as well, but either ways, black is going to take on G6. 20 seconds for Harikrishna. Only 20 seconds. Probir asks, any plans to come to Kolkata? Maybe if there is any tournament, but right now there is no tournament, I think. AK, there are just too many best young players from India, so it's very, very hard to uh, say who is the best. Of course, Pragnananda has shown he's the first one to beat Magnus, which is amazing. So all eyes on him for sure. But Arjun, Nihal, Gukesh, Ronak, they're just too strong, yeah? Rook g6, rook d3, and now king c5 is going to come. And with the support of the king, the pawn is going to start rolling. Check, then take the knight. So that what's the time in US right now? Oops, I have not made the move. I think it's some error from Leeches. Oh, king e5. Maybe they finished the game and they kept the king on e5. Is it? But then Hari had to resign, if that is true. We will see. Maybe Hari has resigned. The result is yet to be updated though. Yeah. It was the resignation, so Hari resigns, and well, a sad day because Hari has lost the game and Vidit drew his game, so we were not able to get a win today. Anyhow, these guys did try their best, and I think we should definitely respect that. Oh, Siddharth says I'm in India for the past 3 months, going back next week. Hence, can meet up in Mumbai next week before leaving if possible. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Where are you in Mumbai, by the way? So that's how the tournament ends for us, guys. It's 12:30. I'll be soon ending the stream after talking to all of you for 2 to 3 minutes right now. Yes, online simul we will be planning after a few days. We will first have the offline simul on 10th and let's plan later. But surely we will do it. Kalina and Kanjurmarg used to be in Ghatkopar, very close to your office. Oh, really? Okay. Cool. So Kanjurmarg is not very far anyway. So I think we can meet at Kurla. If you're here on 10th, that would be amazing. What is the best opening for beginners? They say Italian, like rile up e4, e5 with black. For white, if you have started, I would always prefer that you start with open positions, which is e4 and not d4. But it's a very personal choice. It depends a lot on your style. I have always recommended e4 and in fact even c5 from black. But yeah, because right now you can play online, the main advantage is you can try 2 3 openings at a time and see what suits your style. uh, there are some people who are so comfortable with certain openings because of the setups, the places where the pieces develop, and that is way more easy for them. Then there are some, if your memory is good and you can remember the difficult opening theories, great. If your memory is bad, then you should try to find more openings where setups are something you can remember, and it doesn't matter if you forget the move order and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, cool, guys. So it was great having you and analyzing these games. We will meet soon. Please stay updated on our social media right now. I'll be going and see all of you soon. Wishing you a very, very happy Women's Day.